Hi, this is Lisa Loves to Crochet and Knit. Today I'm going to show you how to crochet this little duck, and he's a squeaker. So isn't he fun? So there's just a squeaker toy in there. It's just a small little thing. I'll show you what you're going to need. You're going to need some yellow yarn if that's the color you want to make your duck. And this is what color I used. It's Red Heart, bright yellow. And then for the beak, I used Big Twist and orange. So you're going to need just a little bit of orange or whatever color you choose to make your duck. You're also going to need some stuffing. You got to stuff him. You're also going to need a squeaker. And I purchased mine off Amazon again. And this is the package that it came with. And they're called Supply Cat Toys. They're made in China, but they come in a bag like that. And then you're also going to need some eyes. So I am using these. They're pretty small. And they have a little backing. They're safety eyes. You just click it on when you have it where you want it. And they come in a container like this. And I purchased them off Amazon. I think they were just called Safety Eyes and Noses. And you have a variety of colors and sizes. Okay, so let me put that aside. You're also going to need a crochet hook. I'm using a size G. You're welcome to change the size of the hook if you choose, but remember it will change the size of your thing you're making. Pair of scissors and a tapestry needle. So let's get started. Let me tilt my camera down. Okay, I'm starting with yellow, just like I did with the other one. And I'm going to start with a magic ring. And so there's my magic ring. And then I chain 1. And then I put 8 half double crochets in the magic ring. So let me do this and I will come back. Okay, there's my 8. And I'm going to take that little loop for the magic ring, whoops, and pull it tight. And I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. There's my slip stitch, so this is what it looks like. And I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in that same chain 1 space. Now I count this as 2 stitches, that chain 1 and that half double crochet in that same space. I count that as 2 stitches. So now for this round we're just going to do 2 half double crochets in each stitch around. So when I get back I will show you what I do next. Okay, so I've completed that round and you're going to have 16 half double crochets all the way around. I've also knotted and weaved in my ends and cut my tail off for the center. So I've done those 2 things, and then I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. Be careful not to break your yarn. So there is the second row or round, and now I'm just going to chain 1. I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in that same chain 1 space, and then I'm going to put 1 half double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So remember, I count the chain as a space. So this is 2 or a stitch. So there's 2 stitches here, and then so I have a total of 5 here going on right now. So in the next stitch I'm going to do 2 half double crochets, and then I'm going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 3. So there's my 3, and I'm going to do 2 half double crochets. And then I'm going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 3. So you can find your increase. There's my increase. So I know I have my 3 stitches. And I'm going to do 2 half double crochets in this stitch. And 1 half double crochet in the next 3 stitches. And then I'm going to pull a loop and I'm going to count my stitches. So I count that chain 1 as a space. So there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. And that's what I want. I want 20 stitches on this round. So now I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning, being careful not to break my yarn. And then slip stitch and then chain 1. And I'm on row 4. And I'm just going to put 1 half double crochet in that same chain 1 space. Trying not to break my yarn. And I'm just going to put 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. And I'll see you when I come back. Okay, so I have 20 stitches again for that round. And then I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning. Chain 1. And now I'm going to make sure my little squeaky toy thing goes in there. And I put the little tip to the back where the tail would be. And you can't, it doesn't notice it as well, but there it is. It fits nicely snug in there, and that's what you want. And then now you're on to round 5, and round 5 is a decrease round because we want to make them go tighter in the middle. So I have the squeaker in there because you're not going to get in there unless you do it now. So you're going to have to crochet with him in there now. And so I have a chain 1, and I'm going to do a half double crochet decrease in this chain 1 space and the next one. And then I'm going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 2. Oops. So there's my decrease, and then here's my half double crochets in those 2 stitches, and then I'm going to do another decrease, a half double crochet decrease in the next 2 stitches. So I kind of pull it tighter together so it stays snug, and then I'm going to do 1 half double crochet in the next 2 stitches, and I'm just going to repeat this pattern around. Okay, so you can see he's kind of gone over around it. So I have 15 half double crochets. So I have all my stitches around there, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, being careful not to break your yarn. This yarn, my yarn is very breakable for some reason, and I chain 1. And then now I'm on row 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm on row 6, so I do another half double crochet in that same chain 1 space, and then I'm going to do 1 half double crochet in each stitch around. Just making sure my stitches are kind of tight, and I just continue to do 1 stitch all the way around. So there is that round, and I still have 15 stitches, so I'm just gonna slip stitch to the beginning, and then I'm gonna chain 1, and then so you're on row 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is row 7, and you're gonna do 1 half double crochet in the same chain 1 space. Oops, I didn't go in there. There we go. So I have my chain 1 and my half double crochet in my chain 1 space. And then for round 7, you're just going to put 1 half double crochet. oops, without breaking my yarn. In the next 3 stitches, there's 2, here's 3. And then you're going to put 2 half double crochets in the next. And then you're going to put 1 half double crochet in the next stitch. And then you're going to put 2 half double crochets in the next. So you're going to repeat that pattern all the way around. So 1 half double crochet in the next stitch and 2 in the next. After you've gone that very beginning, you have 1 half double crochet in the first 3 stitches after the half double crochet in the chain 1 space. So I'll see you at the end of this round. Okay, so I've completed that round. I have 20 half double crochets, and I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning, chain 1, and now you're on row 8, and you're going to do 1 half double crochet decrease in every 2 stitches. So I'm going to start in the chain 1 space with a half double crochet decrease. And so there is my first half double crochet decrease. And the next one I'm going to do another half double crochet decrease. And so you're just going to continue to do this all the way around. You're just going to decrease a half double crochet decrease in all the stitches around. Just like that. Okay, I'm back, and I still have my little squeaker in there. I have a total of 10 stitches on that top for the small opening. So now is where you're going to want to make sure that the little squeaker pointer thing is at the back, and then you're going to want to find the front, and then you're going to want to put the eyes on. And I have 3 stitches in between, so this is the front. So the next round is going to be the top, so I'm going to put the eyes on this round. On the 7th row is where I think they're going to go. And I'm just going to eyeball it here. There's 3. Here's the other one. Just so I can see what it looks like. I think that's okay. And then I'm just going to attach the back. Okay, so I put the little things on back. And so I think that's where I want them. I think that's good. And then now I'm going to get some stuffing. And still to watch that last stitch, it's kind of to make sure it doesn't come out. And then I'm going to stuff it. I'm not sure how much I want in there. So I'm just going to continue to put some stuffing in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my crochet hook and I'm going to finish the top of them. And I'm going to slip stitch to the beginning. And then I'm going to chain 1. And then this round, you might want to add more stuffing before you complete it. You're going to do a half double crochet decrease in every stitch around as well. So I'm going to add a little more, I think. It'll be interesting to crochet around, but that's okay. So just continue to do that, and I'll come back when I have him finished at the top. Okay, so I've done all the decreases that I can do. And so I have 5 stitches is what I end up having. And then I'm just going to slip stitch to the beginning to go through both sides of that stitch. And then I'm going to leave a longer tail and cut my working yarn. And then I'm going to pull it through that chain 1 that I just made. Like that. And then I'm going to grab my tapestry needle and I'm going to tighten the center. So I have my tapestry threaded, needle threaded, and I'm just going to weave in my ends all the way around. Just going in and through all those loops. I'm just going to tighten it. And then I always try to take another loop and knot it so it doesn't come undone. And then I'm going to weave in my end. And then I'm going to snip that right off. So there is my little squeaky little chicken. And I'm going to get the orange yarn now. And I'm going to tighten it on my crochet hook, so make a slip knot. And then I'm going to take my crochet hook and I'm going to pull up this loop, if I can do it without, there we go. And then I'm just going to do a single crochet, and then I'm going to go right in that same stitch and do another single crochet without breaking my yarn. And then the next one over that bar that crosses, and I'm going to do that again. And then I'm going to single crochet in the same one. So I'm doing 2 single crochets in that, and I'm going to chain 1. And I'm going to cut my working yarn and pull up a loop. And so there's your beak. And then you'll have to weave in your ends. But there is your beak. And so let me weave in my ends and I'll come back. So there is your little beak. And if you want it bigger, use a bigger crochet hook or go another round of single crochets, do another row after that. But if not, just leave it. I think it's fine. So now I'm taking my yellow for the wings and the tail. I'm going to slip knot on my crochet hook. And we're going to start with the tail. It's just one little feather. And so I go right into those little stitches right here on the side of where if I can get my crochet hook in there. There we go. So I'm just going to pull up 2 of those loops right in the back where I want the tail to be. And I'm just going to do a slip stitch to join it. And then I'm going to chain 4. 1, 3, 4. And then I'm going to go with a slip stitch right next to it. That little, might be a little hard to get into, but, and the next one. It just gives it a little more support when you're doing it that way. Whoops. And I'm just doing a slip stitch. And I'm going to chain 1. It's kind of hard to see, but all I did is slip stitch. And I chained 4. And then I slip stitched back. And so now I've chained 1 and I'm going to pull up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to weave in my ends and come back. So I have my ends weaved in. So there's my little flap of a tail. And then now for the wings of your little squishy duck. let's start with the slip knot on your crochet hook, and then I'm going to, I only used 3 stitches here, so, and I did the cross bars. I don't know if you can see them well. I did the cross bars of the stitches of the 1, 2, 3, 4th row, the top bar, crossbar of the 4th row, and I only used 3 of those. So I made it so it was even. Okay, so I have a slip stitch or slip knot on my crochet hook, and I'm working on the left wing, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to go into this behind the stitch behind the eye, but it's further down, and then I'm going to do a single crochet in there, and I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to do, whoops, then you want to go into that same chain 1 space with a double crochet, and so I have my 2 double crochets on my hook, and then I'm going to go in between those 2 stitches and pick up that cross bar, and I'm going to do 2 more double crochets in that stitch. I know it's kind of hard to see. So there's 1 double crochet, and there's another one. I cannot break my yarn. So there is my part of my wing. And so now in the next one, the next crossbar, you got to pick that one up, and I'm going to do 2 double crochets in that one, and then I'm going to chain 3, and then I'm going to slip stitch right to the same stitch, that cross where I put those 2 in there, and then I'm going to chain 1, make it a knot. So there's my wing. And then of course your option, you don't have to put your wing right here. You can move it further to the back or the front, or move it up and down. Remember, you can change whatever you want. So now the next side, I'm going to follow along, and I'm going to do it the same size, same when I'm the same space between them. So I have a slip knot on my crochet hook, and this one I'm going to do it upside down because I want it to be that way. Okay, so for the other side of the wing, I start with my slip knot on my crochet hook, and I take my tapestry needle because I want to make sure they're even and on the same row. So I'm going to slide it over here to the other side of the eye, and so I'm going to go down here, and this is that crossbar that I want, and then there's one next to it, and there's a stitch over. So we're going to do this crossbar, and then whoops, this crossbar. So you're going to have 3 crossbars. 1, 2, 3. I don't know if you can see it well. And they might be tricky to get into, but this is how I measure it, so I have it the same way. So this one we're going to do with the duck upside down. And we're going to essentially work it almost backwards. So I do a slip stitch in that first one, and I'm going to chain 3. Oops, don't break your yarn. And then I'm going to do a double crochet. Actually, I'm going to do 2 in that same stitch. Oops. So this is going to match this side is what I want, essentially. And then in the next one, I'm going to put that next crossbar. It's in between stitches, so it's really hard to pick up. So I take my tapestry needle and pick it up. And you do two double crochets, I'm sorry. So, and then the last one, whoops, you're going to pick up that other crossbar, and if it's easier, use your tapestry needle to pull it up. So you're going to do one double crochet, and then you're going to do a chain one, and then you're going to do a single crochet. And then you're going to chain one and cut your working yarn. So, and then now all you have to do is weave in your ends, but your wings are symmetrical and they're basically the same. So I weave in my ends and I'll come back. And there you have your little duck squeaker. So you have your little wings and your little tails. So thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.